Good morning. Continuing the chapter political parties. Hope you have gone through the chapter till where I had covered. Yeah. Necessity of a political party we did in last session. Today we will talk about how many major or effective parties are good for a democracy. We said political parties are mandatory, they perform so many functions. But how many parties are required? You know, in India, there are more than 750 parties registered. So, for a democracy, or to for a good democracy, how many parties should we need? It's one party is enough, or do we have to have two parties, or we should have many parties? So this is what we will discuss in this session. So starting from types of party system. The first is one party system, where there is only one major party. Like in China, you had done this in grade 9, Communist Party of China, there's only one party system. Now, two party system where two major parties are there, okay, those who come to either one of these two parties, they come to the power. Then the multi-party system. What it says? Many parties contest elections to form the government. Now, we will see each party system one by one. Starting from one party system, what does it mean? In this party system, only one government is allowed to form and run the government. Like I told you, Communist Party in China. So there's only one party. There will be many contestants from the same party. No other party is allowed to contest election in China. So children, do you really feel that it's a real democracy? There's no good option, only just one party. Whether you like it or you don't like it, you don't have a choice. You will have to vote a candidate belonging to this one party. And this is what? It's sheer dictatorship. Okay? So one party system is not good option because it is not a democratic option. Any democratic system must follow at least two parties to compete in elections and provide a fair chance for the competing parties to come to power. So free and fair elections will only be possible when enough choice is given, or choice is given to the voter, right? So this is one party system. Talking about two party system, very big uh, democracies of the world, US and UK, they have this two party system. In some countries, power usually changes between two main parties, right? So several other parties will be there to contest elections and win few seats in the national legislatures. But only the two main parties have a serious chance of winning and coming to the power. So such a party system is called two-party system, or we also call it bi-party system, like in US and UK. So in US right now, which party is in power? Republican Party. The elephant here is the symbol of Republican Party, and this is for Democratic. So Barack Obama was from Democratic Party, right? And UK we have Conservatives and Labour Party. So these are two types of party system we have covered. One is one party system and the second one is bi-party or two party system. Now talking about the multi-party system like we have in India. I told you 750 parties are already registered. Now in several parties, what will happen? Competition is there for the power, right? And more than two parties have a reasonable chance of coming to power, either because of their own strength or in alliance with others, we call it a multi-party system, right? So either one party, like present, which party is in power? BJP. Now, BJP won the election. They had the full strength. That's why they could form the government at the center. Now, before that, we also had some alliances and coalitions. In multi-party system, coalition and alliance happens. There's ample choice for the voter, right? So you can choose from wherever, whichever party ideologies you like, you can vote for them. So in this system, the government is formed by various parties coming together in a coalition. If any one party has not got the majority, what they do, they form a coalition. Fine. So after election, maybe if BJP has not got all the seats, but they have got enough seats, maybe 12, 20, or 15 seats are short for them to make the government. So what they do, they can form a coalition, maybe using independent candidates or other parties. Okay. And when several parties in a multi-party system join hands for the purpose of contesting elections and winning power, this is called an alliance or a front. So before elections only, they announced that we are uh, announcing alliance and we are contesting the elections together. Fine. So, for example, in India, there were three major alliances in 2004 parliamentary elections. One was NDA, National Democratic Alliance, then UPA, United Progressive Alliance, and the Left Front. So, who were part of National Democratic Alliance, United Progressive Alliance, and Left Front? I want you to find out. Okay, check how these alliances were formed and which all parties were part of it. Now, the multi-party system often appears very messy and leads to political instability. So whenever there's coalitions, the alliance, maybe people, they will threaten the party to re remove their support. In this case, the government becomes unstable. At the same time, the system also allows a variety of interest and opinions to enjoy political representation. Okay, so each system has its benefit as well as limitation. So this was multi-party system. Now, which party system is ideal? We think one party system, no, it's more like a dictatorship. Then we should have two, or we should have multi-party system. Perhaps the best answer to this very common question is it's not a good question. Of course, you will not answer like that. But yes, party system is not something any country can choose. No, it evolves over a period of time. In India also, like it's a diverse country. There's so many social and regional divisions exist. So for to cater that, multi-party system is an ideal system. So that's what we say. It's history, it's social and regional divisions, history of politics, and its system of elections. So these things cannot be changed very quickly, right? So each country develops a party system that is conditioned by its special circumstances. Like I gave you an example, in India, multi-party system has evolved. It is because our social and geographical diversity, okay, in such a large country is not easily absorbed by two or even three parties. That's why we have so many parties. So no system is ideal for all countries and all situations. So we cannot decide just no, we'll have just one or we'll have two. So it evolves over a period of time. That's it for today's class. And I want you guys to write this question in your notebook. You will define the various party systems, and you will also give merits and demerits for each party system. think, analyze, and then write your answer. And also read this chapter till page number 78. Okay, children, thank you. Happy learning. Stay safe.